Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, and today I am back with a 2025 No Boundaries 20.1 with the Beast Mode package. If you don't know what that is, we're going to get into that. But basically, this thing is an off-road beast. If you're someone that's wanting to go off the beaten path, this thing is going to do it for you. As wherever your car goes, this thing will follow along. So like always, we're going to do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do the specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2025 No Boundaries 20.1. Your unloaded vehicle weight is 5,493 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 1,500 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 6,993 pounds. Your hitch weight is 650 pounds. Your exterior length total is 24 feet 3 inches. Your exterior width is 8 feet. Your tanks, your freshwater tank is 40 gallons, your gray water tank is 40 gallons, and your black tank is 30 gallons. Your awning size is 14 feet. Let's jump inside. All right, guys, now that we got the specs done, let's jump into this thing. Before we go inside, I wanted to let you know, because of the Beast Mode suspension, your unloaded vehicle weight will tend to be a little heavier than what you see online. So you'll see it at 4,983 pounds for your unloaded vehicle weight. That's if you get the No Boundaries without the Beast Mode package. So it does add a little weight, which is the Beast Mode is going to be that basically 5,500 pounds. So if you need something a little lighter, but you still want the Nobo, you can get the one without the Beast Mode package and it'll take a little weight off. You get a lot of extra things on the Beast Mode package than you do on like the essentials only. I did a video comparing the two because it's kind of hard to tell what's different. So definitely watch till the end of the video, or it'll be in the description, the video that compares the essentials only to the Beast Mode package, because you do get a lot with the Beast Mode package other than the suspension. So as you can see, this is one nice big open floor plan. There is no dividing walls or anything like that. You have one slide out, which is right there. You could tell because it's framed out. You got some theater seating, which is super comfortable. And you do have the option to either get this couch or, you know, one of the couches that turns to a bed. It kind of folds flat like a futon. I would much rather prefer these. These things are super comfy. Love the colors that they're doing in these Nobos, including the Surveyor. Surveyor and Nobo are basically, they're built very similar and they use the same color schemes and stuff. As you could see, you got some TV trays right here that kind of swivel around, or you can just completely remove them if you had to. But this couch is positioned very nicely in front of the flat screen TV. And as I said, these do recline. Bam! Look at that. Comfy. So you got your theater seating, whereas the other couch, it won't turn into, it won't have recliners. It's just like a normal couch. The TV does come out, so you can swivel it and stuff. It's pushed back right now. That is a 32-inch smart TV with all the apps ready to go. So I would prefer the theater seating, but everyone's different. You know, if you have a grandchild or maybe the occasional guest, it's nice to have the option to accommodate them with that trifold sofa. In front of the trailer, as you can see, you got another couch, which is great because it's obviously a Murphy bed. If you have the Murphy bed, what I love about it is when weather's bad, let's say it's raining or anything like that, you can actually put the bed up, and then you have extra seating for, you know, extra guests. But really simple to do this. All you do is lift this. You got storage below, and your inverter is down there as well. But you fold that flat, pop this little pin out, and then your mattress just folds down nice and easy. So it's very simple. I love the Murphy bed. If I was getting a trailer that was in this, you know, 25-foot range, I would probably have the Murphy bed on my list, just because it adds a lot of extra floor space where you normally would not get it in a normal trailer. It also gives you extra seating. As you can see, it has a nice windshield up front that will let in some natural light. They do make covers for those, so if you're concerned about rocks chipping it or anything, they make these aftermarket covers that you can actually, they magnetically stick to the front, and it'll protect it. So if I was you, I would get the windshield. It's super nice. I think it just lets in a nice vibe in here with the extra light coming in. You know, you wake up, you could see the view, so you can protect it. You have some storage right here, and these go down pretty deep. Look at that. You got the accented lighting in here. Looks great. That glow that it gives on the glass inlay. You have plugs on both sides. They're in different positions. So as you can see, that plug is kind of on the side of that wardrobe, but they're both like this. So you got your USB-C, USB plugs, which are nice. That way you're not taking up these plugs just to charge a phone. And those will run off of the battery. So there's your switch for the lights. Look how cool that is. Behind this, you also have some more storage, like some little cubbies. So extra storage there. You do get a shade up front as well, so a little privacy. Let's see if I could clip that with one hand. There we go. I like these clips on FLAGSTAFF. They use magnets and they just don't hold as good. So I really like the clips that hold that shade against that window a little better. So very simple. And you do have like a little top part right there where you can store some stuff. What I like about these like end tables is I get a lot of customers that have CPAP machines. So having that space to put it is going to really accommodate those people. You know, I hear that if you don't have your CPAP machine, you are not getting a good night's sleep. So I don't know how big they are, but I'd imagine a CPAP machine would fit nicely on those end tables so you can get a good night's sleep. Over here, underneath those little nightstands, you actually get some more storage right here. And there's your antifreeze inlet right there behind that dummy, like that wall where you just unscrew it. So pretty decent storage on both sides. I think that's pretty great for the size of trailer. So you kind of have like two wardrobes. You got the top and the bottom. You could hang your clothes on those two. Nice windows on both sides. That's going to be your emergency exit. That one is going to be just your standard window that will open. Behind me in the kitchen. Everyone loves this kitchen. The new color scheme. Tons of counter space on this floor plan. Look at this. Tons of counter space, and it goes all the way to the back. So if you're someone that likes to cook, this might be an option for you because the prep space is phenomenal. You got lots of prep space. You have plenty of plugs as well. A lot of cabinetry as well as drawers for your utensils. These are all the same, so I'm just going to open one of them. Not super deep, but they will definitely do the job. Yeah, they are all the same. You have some extra storage underneath the sink, easy access to your plumbing. What do you guys think of this new color scheme that they're doing? I was a little iffy about it, but after selling it, seems like people are really liking that. Is that olive green? I'm legitimately colorblind, so green, brown, reds, all those, I kind of get them confused. You've got the nice gold handles right there. If you notice too, all of your hinges are hidden. So they're all tucked away. It just looks nice and seamless. You got the glass inlay on these. These are pretty deep for your plates, cups, bowls, things like that. I will say too, this TV is actually 12 volts. So if you're not plugged into shore power or have a generator going, you can still use that TV, which is really handy. As I stated, it has plenty of plugs. So this is actually a plug tower. This just comes up and then you have plugs right there. There's 3 of them and then USB-C. So that comes in handy because it's not in the way. They don't have to drill into the wall to put another outlet right there. The sink, let me tell you, this has been winning people over a lot at shows. I hear they started doing this new style of sink, and I wasn't sure what some of these did in my last videos, so I'm kind of redoing some of them to show you guys. So this is obviously the cutting board. You can chop stuff up right here and then move this tray over if you want. So this is kind of how you can utilize it. So this is what their thoughts are with this. So you got your cutting board right here. Let's say you're chopping stuff up, bam, 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 swipe it over, bring this down, spray it off. Oh, if that don't work, you got this nice little handy thing right here where it's like a waterfall, and it'll shoot off and spray all of your vegetables or whatever you're chopping up that you need to clean. So this will work hot and cold, obviously. It'll work this and your waterfall spout down here. You can see that line right there. Really cool. And another thing that this sink does that I like, I could not figure out what this thing is. I thought it was a power button. I thought it was touch. It was like a touch thing to turn on the water. What it actually does, it's kind of hard to tell from video, but you turn this and it'll actually lift. You can't see it, but it lifts this strainer right here. So when you want to close it, you shut it. You could fill up the sink, and then that's how you open it. If you don't want to fill up the whole sink, what I love, you know, if you're dry camping, you don't want to waste your water, you can use this one right here, and then they give you a plug right here, and you could fill this small area up versus, you know, filling up the entire sink. So really nice, versatile sink that you can really utilize in a lot of different ways. Down here, or up here, you got a cup cleaner, so you just stick that right on top and it'll swoosh around and clean your cups really good. Do not press it if you're out looking at trailers. I did it the other day with my manager around, and it sprayed all over, antifreeze all over his brand new polo sweater, so he was not happy about that. Over here you got your stove top. This kind of just folds back, so that way you got your 3 top burner. And it does have the igniter right here, so you don't have to light it with a match or a lighter. Super simple. You got your fancy lights right there. As I stated, this kind of serves as a backsplash as well as extra prep space. So like I said, tons of counter space. If you are wanting to, you know, stop off, make a sandwich, you got plenty of counter space throughout the entire kitchen. This does not have an oven. We get a lot of people that prefer them with it, so we order a mixture of both, but a lot of people like to have that extra storage, and this thing is deep, like tons of storage. You could definitely put pots and pans in there. And then look at all these drawers. 6 drawers. Look at that. So plenty of drawers. I already showed you that one. They're all the same size. And then you have another plug right here in the corner, which is super handy because you got more counter space back here and another plug. So if you got the coffee pot, the Keurig, you got plenty of plugs, plenty of counter space to bring all that along with you. You got your light fan combo, pretty standard, microwave, and then they really utilized this corner space well because they gave you a lot of counter space by extending it, as well as giving you even more cabinet space. This one is not as deep as you could see, but you know, if they're not wasting space, it's super nice. This one is deep. I can't even reach the back of it. So that's going to be a really helpful storage area right there with how deep that is. We're going to go into the construction and all of that stuff when we go outside, so stick with me because I don't just open the cabinets. I talk about construction and things like that as well. Right here is your 12-volt fridge. And what I love about No Boundaries is they're actually giving you the 10 cubic foot fridge, so it is bigger. And if you are unfamiliar with these 12-volt fridges, they cool way faster. I just plugged this in and it is frosty. It's cold versus the gas electric where you kind of have to have it going the night before. Look at your separate freezer right there, super deep. So this should suffice for most people. 10 cubic feet. Usually it's going to be 8 cubic feet on these refrigerators. So I love that they gave you the bigger one. That's just a fuse box down there. And then over here to the right, you got a pocket door. I love pocket doors because it allows for a lot more space. If you had a swinging door right here, that would kind of suck. Take up extra space. So you got your pocket door. Bam. Check it out. There's your bathroom. Not bad, not bad. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, we sit on every toilet to show you, and I encourage you guys to do it as well, because the last thing you want to do is not have a comfortable throne to sit on, and you never noticed it until you actually use it and bought it. So we'll sit on this. I'll show you how much leg room I got. Decent knee room, not bad at all. You know, if you had to, bam, recline the legs, and then I'll show you in front. Try not to turn you too fast. So, not bad, huh? I feel like this would work just fine for most people. And then, floor space, you're a little limited, but hey, in this floor plan, I think I would prefer a smaller bathroom to allow for more living space. Like that kitchen is amazing. So you got your sink right there with a little bit of counter space. Definitely big enough to brush your teeth, wash your hands, do what you need to do. A little counter space right there. And then your plug. So if you're bringing like hair dryers and stuff along, you have that counter space as well as a little storage below. And then easy access to your plumbing. Up above, you got your medicine cabinet. Pretty standard stuff right there. And you got the big fart fan. So it's not the little small one where it does nothing. So this has 4 settings. That thing will definitely suck some air out. My girlfriend would make that mandatory if we bought one. So the shower pan, tons of room. So you lost a little bit of floor space, but gained a lot of room in the shower, which, like I said, I would much rather prefer that as well. So let's step in this. I'll show you how much room I have. All right. So look at this headspace. Tons of headspace. So if you're taller, you should be fine in this, especially with this skylight up above. That's going to help you a lot. And look, I can literally kind of move around. This is how much shoulder room I have. That's how wide it is. I mean, I'm not like the biggest, buffest dude, so I think most people would be comfortable in this. So headspace is good. They give you this shower curtain, which will also allow you to have a little extra shoulder room. It's magnetic. It seams up nicely. And see how it's rounded? It's kind of hard to tell, but it's rounded. So you definitely have more room with that rounded curtain right here. It's not just straight on. They kind of bow it up top. So that gives you a lot more space, and it's all seamed up nicely. So you do not need to worry about this shower curtain falling out of place and water getting everywhere. Pretty standard faucet, nothing crazy, but I will say they put it high enough. Sometimes they put them so low. It's weird. You have to like bend over to put your head under the water. So it's at a decent height. Like I said, I'm 5'7", and this is kind of where it's at. See that? So at least it's above my head. Sometimes they don't do that. Now, going into this section right here, I think it's different. A lot of times this stuff is by the door. I'm not really sure why they put it here, but hey, I'm just the guy telling you what it has. So this is all your readings. You got your fresh, gray, black, all your readings right there. You got your water pump, water heater. I guess it's not that weird that it's here, but I'm just used to it being in one central location. This does have heat pads on the tanks. This is huge. So these are 12-volt heat pads. All you do is flip these switches, and they will actually keep your tanks from freezing. So if you're driving through a cold state, anything like that, and your tanks are full, if you don't have your heater going, which I don't know how safe that is to do that going down the road, your tanks could potentially freeze, and by the time you get to where you're going camping, you're not going to have water, or worse, your tanks are going to be cracked. So usually, if you don't get the Beast Mode package, you'll get a 200-watt solar panel with a 30-amp solar controller. The Beast Mode package, you get a extra 200 watts. So you get 400 watts of solar, your 30-amp solar controller, and a 2,000-watt inverter. So they set you up with a little extra solar when you move up to that Beast Mode package. I'll try to point some of the stuff out that's different from the other trailers that don't have Beast Mode package. But I did do a video, like I said, and you can watch that at the end of this. This does have a 15,000 BTU AC and a 30,000 BTU furnace. So it's a gas furnace. All of your ACs are ducted, so it'll push this air through the trailer nice. It's not going to be in one area. And then tons of lighting and tons of windows, as you could see. I'm not going to open all of them, but let me show you how massive this window is. Look at that. Huge. I love it. Obviously, hopefully you would have a nicer view than a dolly. But this window does not open, so it's kind of preference. I think I would rather have this massive window than a window that opens, because, you know, seeing out, checking the view out on the Oregon coast, as I say, seeing the ocean, the beach, wherever you like to go. What do you guys think? We're gonna go outside now, get that done. But overall, really nice floor plan. I usually do travel mode, which shows you when the slide is in how much room you have, but it's pretty, you can see how much room you have. So this will come in to right, little, like right there. So travel mode in this trailer is excellent. I think it's great. You can even put the Murphy bed down if you want with the slide in. So if you're stopping off at the Cracker Barrel or Walmart parking lot, you just need to take a nap, you could keep that slide in. And let's say you stop off for groceries and you need to load up right away. Super simple to get to your fridge. So as a whole, if you're looking for a trailer that's super, you can access everything super easily, this is the one. It's 100% perfect on the travel mode. Oh yeah, and it does have a road vac, so it has a vacuum system, so you'll get a little hose to kind of clean up the dirt, which is nice because it's actually by the door. Usually they put it in a funky spot. And then you have a little dustpan right here to sweep the dirt in, and it'll suck it up for you. That is not 12 volt though. You will need to be plugged in to use that. It's even got the bottle opener. All right. And then, like I said, your control panel is different in this trailer because it's separated, but this is where a lot of your other stuff is. Oh, that's the interior lights, which I want to point out, you can actually turn them off individually, which I think is important. So if you want to dim the mood in here, you can do that. That's where your slide is, your awning, your porch lights, all that good stuff is right here. And pretty standard stuff. Let's go outside. I'm going to talk about the beast mode package, all that good stuff, the storage. All right. It's got the new glass door with the goat on it. It's cool, you just can't see out of it, you see? It just looks nice. I like it, it looks cool. And then these solid steps just fold into the doorway. Solid steps instead of the hanging ones. This fiberglass front cap is so cool. Look at that. That thing looks mean. This, I sold one to a guy that had a Raptor and it looked beautiful. I loved it. So up front, you got your electric tongue jack. You got your battery disconnect in an actual spot where you can reach it easy versus like under the tongue. So love the placement of that battery disconnect. Dual batteries you can set there. These are the 20-pound tanks, but obviously you can get bigger ones. Some people like the 20-pound because you could just switch them out at a gas station. You do got LED lights that wrap around it that make it look even cooler, but I don't have them on. On this storage right here, the essentials only, that's not the beast mode package. You usually get the ones that twist. So you're getting the luggage latches and they magnetically stick. This does have a griddle that sets on outside on a little railing. So that's what it looks like right there. Plenty of lights. Look at that pass-through storage, tons of storage from here all the way to the other side, and you will have an access door on that side as well. Another thing I want to point out is if you notice, look at this. It's all aluminum framed, and what's nice about No Boundaries is it's 6-side aluminum frame. So your front wall, your back wall, side walls, roof, and floor are all aluminum, which is going to be a lot lighter. It's going to hold up really well. And you need to ask your sales professional when you're out looking, is the trailer 6-side aluminum frame? Because a lot of times these companies will slap a sticker on the side and it'll say aluminum framed and it's actually mixed with wood. So definitely be sure to ask that, because a lot of times you'll have like a mix, maybe this the roof and the floor will be wood and then the rest will be aluminum. So they try to slap stickers on to make it more enticing. You got the nice LED lights and another like a porch light right there. It'll change different colors too. This is where your grill will stick on right there. You got the big lift 15-inch tires. Look how nice those rims look. Wheels, I can't tell, are those green? I'm colorblind, like I said. I cannot tell what color those are, but you'll have a lift on this. And also, getting to one of the most important parts, It's got the beast mode package. Look at that. There's literally no axle. There's no axle. See how that, so imagine driving through rough areas where there's big boulders in the middle. So it's like a racing suspension, and it'll give you 5 inches of play. This thing will flex. So anywhere you want to go, like I said, this thing is going to handle it. Look how high this lift is. I'm sitting under here, barely, but I am. As you notice, it's all enclosed under here with radiant foil as well as those heat pads, so this thing can handle some cold weather. It's all closed up, nice and clean, so no tanks are exposed. But that beast mode package is what you are gonna probably be after if you're someone that wants to go off the beaten path. Just really cool. And I like that just imagine the clearance right here with the lift and then not having the axle in the middle. That's huge. All right, let me crawl out of here. Ow. All right. And what else helps is see how it's kind of like opposite dovetailed. I don't know what you'd call that, but it's kind of coming up in the back so you won't scrape anything. You got a sprayer right here, and then your LP connection is down there where that blue little cover is. You got some more storage right here, nothing crazy, a little small, but hey, at least they utilized the space and just didn't make a flat wall and then you can never get to it. You can plug another solar panel in if you'd like. As I stated, 400 watts of solar on the beast mode package. 6-gallon water heater. Your spare on this particular one is going to be also an all-terrain tire. Prepped for a backup camera up there. 30 amp plug, cable satellite, black tank flush. I'm going to talk about how the wall constructions are here in about 2 minutes. There's your slide out. This is a Schwintek slide, so they always advise you to not partially put it out. You want to put it all the way in or all the way out. Also, you do not want to lubricate Schwintek slides. You want to make sure that there's nothing there. You just want to inspect to make sure there's no rocks or anything in there. And because if you lubricate it, the grease starts building up and then dust hits in, it gets grime and all that stuff. They used to, back in 2014, they made these with metal components. And then as they developed it, they started using a composite material. And that's why you'll hear conflicting things about lubricating it. But now they're advising you to not lubricate this particular slide. If you're curious about slides, I did a video on the different slides they use, and I will put that in the description as well so you can learn about what slides to lubricate and which ones not to. City water, potable water, and then your other pass-through storage with your hose. This is the hose for that vacuum system. Now, your wall construction on this. This is very important. Not all walls are made the same. They look the same sometimes, but they're not. Basically, how they make these walls is you got a fiberglass outer layer, and then you either have Luan or Azdel, and then you have block foam and then the aluminum. Luan, you know, it's just a wood material. If it gets wet, it's going to start warping, and what's going to happen is you're going to start having your wall separating, and they call that delamination, and it starts to bubble and look really ugly, and then that means water has gotten in your walls. No Boundaries uses what's called as Azdel. That's the brand of it, but it's a type of composite that is impervious to water. And you can literally put that material inside of water for months and it will not change anything. It will not warp on you or anything like that. So this No Boundaries has Azdel in it, which is going to prevent a lot of issues with delamination if you live in a wetter climate, anything like that. I'm sure you guys have seen trailers where it's bubbly and it just, you know, that means that you could potentially get mold in there. Your walls are separating and then the wood is starting to break down. So keep an eye out for that sticker or ask the sales guy, does it have a composite inside wall? Awesome, guys. I hope that tour was helpful. I try to pack as much stuff in as I possibly can without wasting your time. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. You have no idea how much it helps me mentally because I put so much work into these videos. I'm obviously a salesperson, so I don't get paid off of these or anything like that. I do all the editing, I do all the titles, all of the thumbnails, the art for the cover pieces, everything. So doing that on top of sales, it's a lot of work to pump one out every day. So I really try to do the best I can for you guys. So if you can, hit that subscribe button if you got any benefit out of it. If you are new to the channel as well, I do work at Albuquerque RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Our phone number is down in the description, so if you want to call in, please ask for Tyler. We're on a rotating list, so you might not end up with me if you don't ask for me, unless you just don't want to work with me. I understand that as well. Just call in. We'll be happy to help you guys. We have tons of different floor plans and models, which brings me to my next thing. Stick around. Look through my channel. I do trailers from 15,000 all the way up to 250,000. I try to cater to everyone here. So like I said, I hope this kind of helped you guys out, and check out my video either on the fiberglass and stick and tin construction, and then also check out my other video, I think it's going to be on one of these sides, about the difference between the beast mode package and the essentials only. That will help you guys out a lot to see if it's worth spending that extra money. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys.